I know there are a lot of people out there planning on moving to Florida or planning on purchasing a second home in Florida. If you want to establish your residency in the Sunshine State, stay tuned for some practical tips. Hey everybody, this is Melanie Atkinson, Realtor with Smith & Associates in beautiful Tampa Bay, Florida. And today we are going to talk about some non-glamorous but very important things that you need to do as a new resident of Florida. Yes, you have to go to the DMV. Before I get started, I will give my standard disclosure. I am a realtor. I help people buy and sell houses. I am not an attorney or an accountant. A lot of the things I'm going to talk about today are pretty complicated, so if you have any questions, please consult a licensed professional. I'm doing this video today because I get this question so much from people that are moving to the state of Florida, and hopefully this is a good guideline for you guys to follow. I'm also providing links in the description so you can find out more information about the things I'm going to talk about today. Establishing Florida residency. You are considered a Floridian when your true, fixed, and permanent home is in Florida. This can be established in a couple different ways. First, if you don't own real estate in another state and you purchase a home or you rent something down here in Florida, you can establish your permanent residency just by doing all the things that you're going to need to do when you get here, such as changing your driver's license, changing your voter's registration, registering your kids for school, and so on. By doing all of those things, you are establishing by your actions that you are going to be a permanent resident of Florida. Now, if you own a property in another state, but you want to change your residency to the state of Florida and keep that other house, this is where things get a little bit more complicated. I highly recommend that you consult an attorney if this is what you're trying to do. This is a really common thing for people to do, especially if they own a second home here already in Florida. They want to establish their residency down here because of the tax benefits that come with being a resident of the state of Florida. What you need to be aware of, though, is that the state you're leaving doesn't necessarily want to lose your tax dollars, so they're going to make it your responsibility to adequately prove that you are now a resident of the state of Florida. This is where things get complicated. First, you have to file a declaration of domicile with the state of Florida to show that you intend to make your primary residence within the state of Florida. Now, that declaration has to be approved. Now, to get that approved, you not only have to have a place to live in Florida, but you have to show that you intend to stay and be a permanent resident of Florida. You need to get that Florida state driver's license, your voter registration down here. You need to have your bank accounts down here in Florida, file your tax returns here, and a whole bunch of other things that you can do to show your intent to stay. Do your research on this and hire a professional if you need to, just to make sure it's done correctly. Driver's license and vehicle registration. If you are a new resident of the state of Florida, you must get your Florida state driver's license within 30 days of establishing permanent residency. So to do that, you will need to bring in a whole bunch of documents, including a primary identification document that's not your out-of-state driver's license. For example, a birth certificate or a passport. You'll also need to bring in Social Security documents and also proof of resident forms. I'm gonna have a link in the description that brings you right to the website that shows you what you need to bring to get your Florida driver's license. The last thing you want to do is show up without the appropriate documentation, so make sure you check that website. And also, you can make an appointment for this, and I highly recommend that you do so because the wait can be long. Regarding car title transfer and vehicle registration, the government website that addresses this is really unclear and confusing. I did put it in the description so you guys can take a look at it, but it might be easier to call a tax collector office in the county that you're moving to just to make sure you're getting all the right documentation together. I actually did call the Hillsborough County Tax Collector office just so I could get some clarification on this issue. If you own your car outright and you're transferring the title from one state to the state of Florida, it's very easy to do that. If you have financed your car in another state, you may or may not have to transfer the title over to the state of Florida. It depends on what state you're coming from. So check with the tax collector's office. They will be able to help you. Now, one more thing, you also have to register your vehicle in the state of Florida within 30 days of establishing residency. To register your vehicle, you have to show proof of Florida car insurance. So make sure you take care of that first. You are also going to need your driver's license, your proof of title, and keep in mind that the fees are going to be higher because it is an initial application. They will also need to do a VIN verification as well that they can take care of at the tax collector's office. Now, I know this sounds like a lot, so the good news is that you should be able to take care of the driver's license, the title transfer, and the vehicle registration in one day at a tax collector's office. Now, they did tell me that it might take a while and you might have to visit a couple windows, but it's sure better than having to go back 2 days. And again, make an appointment, it'll make it go quicker. And also while you're there, don't forget to register to vote. Pet registration. A Florida pet registration is required for all pets. Florida pet registration forms are available at any local veterinarian. Both dogs and cats over 4 months old must have a pet license. They are all required to have rabies vaccinations or booster shots. After the Florida pet registration form is filled out and the rabies shot is administered, you will get your pet license tags. By law, your pet is required to wear those tags to show proof of Florida license. Now, the cost for this varies from county to county, so check the county website that you're moving to. Homestead exemption. If you own a home in the state of Florida and you have established residency, you can then apply for a homestead exemption. Doing so will give you a substantial discount on the assessed value of your home. It also caps the amount that the assessed value can go up every year by only 3%. This is a great tax benefit that Florida homeowners enjoy. The deadline each year for registering a home for homestead exemption is March 1st, so make sure you do it before then. You can do that using your county's property appraiser website or by going into the property appraiser's office. E-Pass or SunPass. Florida has a bunch of toll roads and a lot of them don't have toll booths to pay. If you live in an area with toll roads or you plan on doing a lot of exploring in the state of Florida, you're going to want to get a SunPass or an E-Pass. They're called different things in different cities, but they both work throughout the state of Florida. You can pick up either a sticker for your car or a movable transponder like this one in any grocery store, convenience store, or gas station. Now, once you have one of those, you can set up an account online. You can attach it to a credit card or a debit card, and it will auto-replenish if you set it up that way, or you can just add money as you go. If you don't have a SunPass or an E-Pass and you're going on a toll road, you might think that you're going to get away without having to pay anything. However, they're taking pictures of your license plate every time you pass a toll station, and they will find you and bill you, and it's way more expensive than if you have an E-Pass or a SunPass. Finding employment in the state of Florida. Now, I think I might get this question the most, and honestly, I really wish I could help you guys out more with this, but it is not my area of expertise. However, I did call a friend who is an IT recruiter to get some tips from him. Now, what he said was that people should start their job search by putting their resume online on websites like Indeed, Career Builder, Monster, and LinkedIn. Recruiters are always looking through those sites to find people that might fit the jobs that their clients are looking for. Service industry jobs are also available on these sites, so it's a great way to do an initial search to see what types of jobs are available in the area that you're moving to. If you're interested in a government job with the state of Florida, I put a link to their website that allows you to search government jobs online in the description. And please remember that if you are in the medical field or an educator, we always need you here in the state of Florida. Retiring to Florida. If you are planning on retiring to the Sunshine State, there is a website called the Department of Elder Affairs that actually provides a lot of really helpful information. On that website, there are a ton of resources that you can use. There's a link that brings you to 55 and up communities that you can search by county. There's info on assisted living facilities, Veterans Affairs, and also there's an older person's handbook that's really helpful and provides a lot of general information about moving to Florida as a retiree. I highly recommend that you download it. So check out the Department of Elder Affairs website to get all the information that you need. Moving to a new state is super stressful, so I hope this relieves your stress just a little bit. Remember, if you're looking to buy or sell a home in the Tampa Bay area, give me a call or send me an email. I'm happy to help. If you're looking for something else to watch on my channel, check out my video called Worst Things About Living in Florida, just to make sure you're coming to the state with your eyes wide open. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you next time. With love, Melanie.